Hello and welcome back to RC Model Reviews. Just a quick heads up this time. Now I've got a cine tank and I was using some crappy plastic propellers on it, but I want to have a real go with it and really push it to its limit, so I thought I'll get some better props. I thought what better than some APC style props, and I bought these ones, and they're pretty close to balance. You can see by the piece of metal foil there, didn't need much balancing. And of course they come with these spacers. You get this little tree of spacers here because the hole in the prop is never going to be the right size for the shaft you're using, and indeed I found the right spacer and I trimmed it, little bits of flash off it, and I thought, hey, perfect. The idea is that you simply put this little spacer in the hub at the back of the prop and then it fits nicely on the shaft. Wrong. Let me show you the problem. Now I've got my dial caliper here. I prefer dial, good old analog, and if I measure the hole in the back of these props where the spacer is supposed to fit, actually the front hole, let's measure the back one. The back hole there is, what is it? It's there we go, 10 millimeters, 10 millimeter hole. Pretty close. I mean, depending on how much pressure you put on, it's probably maybe a tenth of a mil under. That's the size of the hole in the back where the spacer is supposed to go. Let's measure the diameter of the spacer that comes on the little tree. 9.5. What does that mean? Well, it is a half a millimeter. The hole's half a millimeter bigger than the spacer. So when you put the spacer in there, the damn thing just wobbles around like Billy-O. And so you're never going to get that prop centered. Look, I'll show you. I'll get a macro view on this. Here's our prop. Here's our spacer that's supposed to center things. But look at that. That's ridiculous. Look how much bigger the hole is than the spacer. Crazy. And I thought, well, maybe it'll fit in the front. Maybe we'll be able to put it in the front and get it to actually do its job. But let's have a look if we put it in the front. Here we go. Same problem. Look. That's just absolutely useless. I mean, to use these props, I'm going to have to get some different spacers or turn some up on the lathe. So, I mean, the props were cheaper than a real APC, but with these crap-ass spacers, you're never going to be able to use them in a multi-rotor, or even on a fixed wing, because they'll just vibrate like hell because they will not be centered on the shaft. So until I get around to turning up some spacers on the lathe, I'll be stuck with these crap-ass plastic props on my cine tank, and I won't be able to throw it around like I want to. So there you go. I bought these ones from HobbyKing. I don't think they're HobbyKing made. I don't think they're not a HobbyKing branded or Turnigy branded product. There's some cheap Chinese knockoff place making molds from the original props and doing something crazily wrong with these spacers so they don't actually fit. So there you go. Just buyer beware. If you've got some spacers that'll fit, that's fine. But if you're looking to save a few bucks on some APC props, forget it. These are the 8x4.5, I think. What are they? What does it say on the bag? It's got a code number, I don't know. But if I look on the propeller itself, they are 8x4, 8x4 prop. And I have to say I was also a bit disappointed because one of the props I got, macro view again, look at that. Look at the trailing edge of that prop, that's how it came out of the bag. That's awful, it's terrible. So, yeah, these cheap APC clone props, rubbish.